How does an entire nation reinvent itself? I mean, how do you go from a developing country to a high-income, developed nation in just a couple of decades? Well, let's get into it because Bangladesh isn't just talking about it, they are literally building their way to a new future, one massive project at a time. So, you see this year, 2041, this isn't just some random date on a calendar. For an entire nation, this is a deadline. It's a promise Bangladesh has made to itself to pull off a complete and total economic transformation.
The goal itself couldn't be clearer. By 2041, Bangladesh wants to officially join the club of the world's developed countries. But setting a goal that audacious is one thing. Actually achieving it, that's a whole different ballgame.
And here is the major roadblock, the one thing that could stop this whole dream in its tracks. The country's own government has pointed it out. It's infrastructure. We're talking roads, ports, power grids. It just can't keep up with the scale of their ambition. So, what do we really mean by infrastructure? Well, think of it like the skeleton of an economy. It's all the physical stuff, the bridges, the ports, the power plants, that lets a country actually function, trade, and grow. And without a strong skeleton, the economy just collapses under its own weight.
All right, so where do you even start with a plan this massive? The first part of the blueprint kicked off with a project designed to literally unite the country, connecting its people in a way that just wasn't possible before.
And here it is, the Padma Multipurpose Bridge. Now, this isn't just any old bridge. It's widely considered the most difficult, most challenging construction project the country has ever undertaken. A real feat of engineering. Okay, let's break this down because this is where it gets really cool. This thing tames the mighty Ganges River, finally connecting the Southwest, which has been historically isolated, with the rest of the country. And check out its design, a 4-lane highway on the top deck for cars and trucks, and a railway line running right underneath for trains. It's a double-decker national artery. So what's the economic payoff for a bridge like this? Well, economists figured this one single project will boost the country's GDP by 1.2%. Now, for a national economy, getting that kind of growth from just one piece of infrastructure, that's almost unheard of. It just shows you the power of connecting people and goods. All right, from uniting the nation as a whole, the blueprint then zooms in on the very heart of the country, its sprawling and incredibly congested capital city, Dhaka. And if you want to get a picture of the problem in Dhaka, you just need to read this quote from the New York Times. It called the traffic a state of chaos so persistent. I mean, that says it all, right? This isn't just an annoyance, it's an economic anchor dragging the whole city down. So this lays out the crisis and the two-pronged solution perfectly. On one hand, you have the problem. An 8-mile drive can take 2.5 hours. The solution? Build the Dhaka Elevated Expressway right over the city. On the other hand, you've got over 60,000 commuters every single hour that need to get around. The solution for them? The new Dhaka Metro Rail. It's a brilliant 1-2 punch. One project lifts the cars above the chaos, the other moves the masses right through it. The sheer scale of that expressway is just wild. We're talking about a 150,000-foot-long highway that's basically a whole new layer of road floating above one of the most densely populated cities on Earth. Okay, so the country is getting connected, the capital is getting untangled, but what's going to power all this new activity? Well, that brings us to the next part of the blueprint, fueling the entire economy. And this is a really big deal. We're talking about foundational firsts for the country. On the energy side, you've got the Roop-pur Nuclear Power Plant, their very first, giving them a massive and stable source of electricity that industry needs to run 24/7. Then for trade, there's the Matrabar Deep Seaport, their first deep seaport, which finally allows the biggest container ships in the world to dock there. These aren't just upgrades, they are absolute game changers. And here's the crazy part. As huge as these projects are, they are seriously just the tip of the iceberg. The full scale of what's happening across the country is, well, it's pretty mind-boggling. I mean, just take a look at this list. We're talking about the Legacy Tower, a 111-story skyscraper, Asia's largest cricket stadium, the entire continent's first ever underwater river tunnel. They're even building a brand new railway to hook into the massive Trans-Asian network and constructing a whole new city from scratch called Purbat. This isn't just construction, it's a complete national reinvention. So, we've seen the what and the how. Let's pull it all together and really look at the why. What is the ultimate goal here? What's the projected national payoff for doing all of this?
This slide basically maps out the whole strategy, and it's pretty logical. Step 1, you build all this transformative infrastructure. That leads directly to step 2. You revolutionize your core transport and energy sectors. The result of that? Step 3, a direct impact on people's lives. You reduce poverty and improve the quality of life. And all of that together gets you to the final goal, becoming a high-income, developed nation.
Now, it's really important to see that while Bangladesh's ambition is huge, what they're doing is actually part of a much bigger global story. They are definitely not alone in this race.
$57 trillion. That's the mind-blowing amount of money the entire world needs to invest in infrastructure by 2030, just to keep up with growth. And get this, 2/3 of that is needed in emerging economies, just like Bangladesh. The scale of the global challenge is just immense. Ultimately, it all comes down to this one simple economic principle. All the great success stories, like the East Asian tiger economies, they showed the world that the key to an economic miracle is maintaining super high growth, year after year, for at least a decade. And that kind of growth is just impossible without the infrastructure to support it.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question. By pouring all of this concrete, all of this steel, and all of this national ambition into these mega projects, is Bangladesh actually writing a new future for itself? Can a country literally build its way to a new economic destiny? Right now, the blueprint is clear, and you can be sure the whole world is watching to see if it works.